Good evening and welcome to Recruitment Kickoff, everybody. My name is Rob DeFazio, a membership and unit service executive with the Mayflower Council, and we have some exciting stuff in store for you tonight. But first, before we get started, I wanted to take a moment and introduce not only some of our experienced faces here at the Mayflower Council, but we do have a couple of new faces joining us tonight. So I'm going to start by introducing Jack Colamaria, our membership and unit service director. Hey, Jack.
Hey,
And we also do have on the call tonight, I believe he might have just stepped out, but if he doesn't say hi, it's because he's also at another meeting. David Lasarica from the membership and unit service team is on with us tonight.
hi folks. I'll be here for a little bit monitoring and definitely be able to answer any questions anyone has after the fact.
And our brand new membership and community service executive, Sarah Leach. Sarah, say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Sarah is a familiar face if you're in the Sachem district because she lives in that district and is part of PAC 76, right?
Yes.
PAC 76 over in Easton. And last but certainly not least, and introduce Devin Delgado. Devin is a new member of the team. He's been with us since the third quarter of last year. Devin, say hi.
Nice to meet everyone. Hello.
All right. So once again, one last time, we're going to remind everybody to please mute your microphone during this presentation, and all questions will be addressed. You can put them in the chat. So without further ado, I'm going to get started with the presentation about our 2024 recruitment initiatives. If you read the emails or you talked to any one of us, we have taken everything that we have done here at the Mayflower Council and we have thrown it out the window this year for recruitment. We have rebuilt a recruitment plan from the ground up. I am excited to share this with you tonight. And once again, I just do want to remind everybody real quick to please remain muted during the presentation. So this is all about new opportunities, but we do have some things that have remained the same. The first thing is obviously the spring and fall initiatives, and we're going to talk about those tonight. We are placing effort on utilizing re-engagement, peer-to-peer recruitment, and community promotion as the keys to our success and you being successful in your recruitment programs this year. We are putting together initiatives that also provide financial subsidizing for units participating in council recruitment events. And we are continuing to use what National has given us as guidance using natural friend activities or NFAs. National, over the past couple of years, has been encouraging units to take on this approach where it's not the dog and pony show, right? It's actually something that engages kids, and it's been taken from the college and Greek culture of fraternities and sororities. What's different? Well, there are quite a few things that are different that we're going to talk about here. The first one is that the majority of our concepts are going to be for all unit types. So we are not doing a specific program for Cub Scout packs and then something separate for venturing crews and Scouts BSA troops. All of our programs are for all unit types. There may be a little bit of something extra that we might do to emphasize Cub Scout packs or something that we may do for Cub Scout packs that might be a little bit different for troops and crews, but all of the concepts we're going to present tonight are going to be for all unit types. Each initiative is going to have a specific leader's guide and or training element that we're going to send you that's going to include a checklist. One of the key things that we would like to emphasize this year is we would like to work with you on recruitment so that your unit is here for the next 5 to 25 years. I know I said last night, for those of you that were there last night, 5 years. And next year I'm going to say the same thing because we're going to keep adding the 5-year element. But the point is, we would like your units, especially a lot of the ones that are ingrained with a lot of history here in the council. We want to make sure your units are strong so that they can be here for the next 5 years, but more importantly, as a service to the youth in your respective community. That is a big thing about all of this. We are also introducing live training for units so that they can visualize some of our concepts and understand what the expectations are. Fall recruitment is going to start earlier this year. I'm going to tell you about that in a few minutes. And then one of the big changes we have is that Joint Scouting Day, that phrasing is not going to be used starting this year. Instead of Joint Scouting Day, it's now going to be known as September is Sign Up for Scouting Month. But wait, there's more. We are also going to discuss and be introducing tonight enrichment programs with daycare centers using STEM activities and Cub Scout adventures to help kids get exposed and learn about scouting earlier. We're going to try that. We're also going to be developing a program to host daytime meet and greets with the homeschool community. And we're working on a program with that right now that we're going to be rolling out in the next month or so. As I said before, the fall recruitment is going to start earlier because we're introducing what are called back to the pack parties in August for Cub Scout packs to get a head start on recruitment. And in our ongoing effort to make sure we are guiding you the right way, we are going to continue to provide you with insight and guidance on Webelos to Scout transitional events outside of the recruitment activities. We think it's great that units want to invite their Webelos to these events, but we also want to make sure we're emphasizing the point that these events and these initiatives are more importantly to try and bring new scouts into the program. And for all of our Cub Scout leaders, we have one big what's different. And we got applause on this one last night. No more 5-table approach boards. Those big poster boards we used to give you that always fell over. We're not using them anymore. Now, please do not throw these away. We are going to be putting together in the near future a recycling event to get these back from you so that they can properly be disposed of, so out of respect for the environment. So another thing that's what's different is we are introducing to help every unit a recruiting station concept. Now, again, this is an idea that is still in development, but to break it down a little bit, and this is something we showed off last night, and if anybody's coming to Pins in Milford on Thursday, we showed this concept off last night because this should be an easier way for you to run recruitment events, regardless as to your unit type. So it starts off with a sign-in or a welcome station where your families come in and they actually can sign in or scan the QR code to put their information in so you have it. The next one is what's called What Scouts Do. And we have broken down what are called pitch decks or slide decks. They're available either by PDF or PowerPoint, or if you want both, we'll give you both. And they are respective to each specific program that we run here in the Mayflower Council. What's nice about this is this flip book or this presentation can be a guide to talking with families who have never been exposed to scouting before. This is a great way to walk them through it. And one of the key components we've included in here, in the middle of the slide deck, is emphasis on grown-ups being involved in. And we know that this is really important when it comes to Cub Scout packs, but we're including it inside the slide deck. So it's a point that you can use as you're talking to families. The third one is a really casual conversation area that's called Meet the Leaders. That's where your Cub Master or Scout Master or advisor is going to hang out with maybe some of the other leaders in your unit so that parents and families can have an opportunity to ask unit-specific questions. And then the last station is, we call it the checkout station, but it's where your families are going to check out, whether they're going to join or you're going to have a conversation with them about what their next step might be so that you can learn more about where they're at and have an opportunity to maybe work with them following your recruitment event. You'll learn more about this coming up in July and August because we will have all of this information available. We're going to be setting up in-person training events throughout the council where you can come down and meet with us, and we're going to walk you through it. We're also going to be putting together some really cool videos. So now we talked about what is the same and what is different. We got to talk a little bit about what we're doing right now. And this just started today. We are working on an initiative for dropped scouts, scouts that did not renew in 2023 or coming into 2024. We are working on pulling a report. Actually, we've pulled the report and gone through it, and we've separated it out by unit type. And we are doing outreach from the council to these families, inviting them back to scouting. It's being done by email. The first series went out today, and the rest of them are going out this week. And what's going to happen as part of this is over the next week, you're going to receive a list from your unit of all the scouts that have dropped. You probably have some of this information already, and we're going to be encouraging you and providing you with an email because we can do the preliminary and welcome them back, but sometimes you're the faces on the ground. You're the people that they know. So we're going to ask you to take a moment and reach out to these families individually and personally to provide them an opportunity to come back. This is the email that went out today to some of our Cub Scout packs, and they are being tailored to each individual unit type. So we have one that's tailored to Scouts BSA. We have one that's being tailored to venturing and one being tailored to Sea Scouting. And it's just a very informal email to the family saying that we miss you and we would love for you to come back and giving them some information on that. The other thing that will be happening on the Cub Scout level is we are going to be doing a mailer to each Cub Scout family, inviting them back to the pack. And that's the front side. And that's the back side of the postcard. So the postcard is going to be going out by the end of this week or the beginning of next week. And then we're asking the units to do their follow-up before the end of the month. You can do it any way you like, whether it's a phone call or an email, or maybe you want to mail them something, whatever that's going to be. But that's what the Drop Scout Initiative is all about. And as I said, all this week we're hitting all of the families that have dropped from the program. We have those reports, and we're going to be trying to bring some families back. Sometimes people leave, and we all know this, for something seasonal, and they don't come back. Sometimes they need that reminder, and that's what this is all about. So we've shown you what we're doing right now. Now we're going to show you spring recruitment. And as you can see, all of us from the team, we're all wearing bowling shirts because our concept for spring recruitment this year is bring a buddy bowling. And the way it all works is we're encouraging units to host a bowling recruitment event at their nearby bowling alley. Discounts are being provided by area bowling alleys, including pins, as well as members of the Massachusetts Bowling Association. And we've also reached out to several independent bowling alleys, and they've agreed to provide our units with discounts if they have their bowling event there. Additionally, the Mayflower Council is going to be providing a little bit of a rebate for units who participate in this program. Units will host a bowling night at their nearby bowling alley and use it as a recruitment event. It's open to all of the program types, whether you're a Cub Scout pack or a Sea Scout ship or a crew or a troop or a post. And we're going to provide promotion and promotional opportunities for each individual unit through peer-to-peer recruitment, because again, this is Bring a Buddy Bowling, but we do want you to tell your community about it as well, because they may know a scout in the program who you can pair up. We're putting emphasis again on attracting new youth to our program. Different bowling alleys have different discounts that they're offering. We will be providing you with a list of every participating bowling alley in the leader's guide. and give you an idea as to how to contact them. And if we know what their discount's going to be, we will put it in there for you. And we're encouraging leaders to check with their nearby bowling alley for the costs and the discount information. Additionally, there is a resource through kidsbowlfree.com that might help you with your costs that you might get from some of this. So, units will be rebated up to $40 in costs for hosting a Bring a Buddy bowling event from the Mayflower Council. The top 5 units who successfully recruit through Bring a Buddy Bowling between April and June will receive their choice of either an ice cream social or a pizza party that will be hosted by the Mayflower Council membership and unit service team. We will come out and scoop ice cream. We will come out and give you guys your pizza, and we'll do some fun games to get everybody engaged. So that is Bring a Buddy Bowling. As I said before, we're testing out new markets, and part of spring recruitment is we're developing a free enrichment program that we're going to bring out to 5 or 6 different daycare centers throughout the council footprint. And we're going to be targeting kids that are preparing to go to kindergarten. We're going to do some activities with them, give them a little bit of a sample of how much fun it is to be a Cub Scout. We're going to leave a takeaway item where the family is going to be able to get updates from us as well as a countdown on when their child's going to be eligible to join Cub Scouting, because they can't do that until August 1st if they're going into kindergarten. So we're going to be giving them follow-up information and continuing that through the summer so that they have an opportunity and are ready come August 1st to be able to join. The program is going to be primarily educational, but it's also going to be promotional, as I said, for the Cub Scout program. The other new market we're trying is the homeschool market. We've never tried the homeschool market before, so we're pretty excited to do this. We are going to put together meet and greets to bring homeschoolers together. We're going to allow the parents to be able to network together. And while that's going on, our team is going to be putting kids into groups, and we're going to be emulating 3 different activities that might happen at a DEM meeting. And we're going to do that with each kids. We're going to have them switch stations. We're going to give them the feeling of what a Cub Scout DEM meeting is like. And then we're going to have them get together for refreshments. And that's when we're going to present how to join to these families. These 2 markets are markets that have never been used before. So we're excited to try them. And we feel that by trying them, we're going to learn some lessons and be able to use these markets in the future. So stay tuned for information on that. If you are a homeschooler, by the way, please feel free to reach out to me by email, because we are looking. We have one so far, and I would like to be able to have some other resources to promote this with, and we could use some help with that. So we talked about spring recruitment. Now we got to talk about the fall. As I said before, fall recruitment starts earlier. It's going to start in August with a new concept that we're introducing for Cub Scout packs called the Back to the Pack Bash. And this is the one program that is specific to Cub Scout packs. However, you are welcome to reach out to your Scouts BSA troops, and they are more than welcome to participate with you. So the Back to the Pack Bash, we're encouraging packs to get their packs back together in the month of August and have a party. And part of that party is to ask your scouts to invite a friend and have them come and join and learn about Cub Scouting at the Back to the Pack Bash. If you think about it, all my parents that are here with us tonight, all of the stuff that the kids get involved in usually doesn't start enrolling or start promoting until after school is in session. This is an opportunity for us to get the Cub Scout programming in front of families a little bit sooner. Encouraging your scouts to bring a buddy, promoting this in your community, and inviting them to a Back to the Pack Bash is a great way to do it. It also allows your pack to get together and set the tone for the upcoming year. You can talk about what you've got planned. You can talk about anything you might need regarding volunteer positions that might need to be filled. More importantly, though, it also will allow you to prepare for September and sign up for Scouting Month. Participating units are going to receive a $40 gift card for refreshments. So whether you want to go to $1.25 Tree, as I call it, and go buy snacks there, or whether you decide you want to go to and do hot dogs and hamburgers, whatever that's going to be, we're going to give you a gift card for $40 to be able to go do that. PACs are going to be responsible for promoting their events through peer-to-peer recruitment, having Cub Scouts invite their buddies, community marketing through social media and through flyers. And for Back to the Pack Bash, the deadline to sign up is going to be June 1st, which is also the deadline for units to let us know when their sign up for scouting event is going to take place. And I'm going to talk about sign up for scouting, ironically, right now. September now is going to be known as Sign Up for Scouting Month. One of the things we learned, and I've talked to a lot of unit leaders in the 2 years I've been here, but one of the things that I learned being in this job is trying to have units all agree to do recruitment on one day in September is really, really hard to coordinate all of that. And one of the big pieces of feedback I kept on hearing over and over again is units would like the opportunity to be able to pick the dates in September that work for them. So guess what? That's what we're doing this year. September is Sign Up for Scouting Month. It's going to be throughout the entire Mayflower Council. All unit types, including troops, crews, and ships, will use September as an opportunity to recruit Cub Scouts. I'm sorry, Scouts. Not all Cub Scouts. Cub Scout PACs will be encouraged to host 2 recruitment events in their community in the month of September. One of them should be a community-facing event. Maybe it's Norwood Day. Maybe it's, I know in Hopkinton they have Arts in the Park. And that's where all the units should get together and have a table and talk to families. The second one should be a unit-specific event. Maybe it's a school open a house. Maybe it's your Back to the Pack event in August, or some other event type that you're going to do as an individual unit. For troops, crews, ships, and posts, we're going to encourage you to have a recruitment event and invite youth in your community to join. Whether that's in conjunction with a meeting or in conjunction with a community event, we're encouraging all units to participate in one. We are going to be putting together mock joining events in July and August throughout the council to help you learn how these new models that we're doing without the 5-table approach. And we want to make sure that this is effective. Again, we would like to make sure that your unit is strong for the next 5 years. And part of that is by bringing new scouts into the program from outside the program. And the only way we can do that is to have events like this that are available. We want to make sure you're successful and give you some resources. Again, everything we're giving you as far as resources, you can tailor. We want you to use what works. But if there's something that doesn't work, we're going to help you with that. And we want to make sure that we give you that opportunity through these mock joining events. And again, I mentioned it a few minutes ago. We are bringing out new marketing materials. Those 5-table boards, they're gone. You don't have to worry about them. We'll get them back so we can recycle them. But we're going to be giving you what's called a pitch deck, whether it's a PowerPoint or it's going to be a PDF binder that you can just walk through and explain to families about how much fun your program is in the interest of having them sign up. So we talked about in brief the program, and you'll learn more about it as we get closer to these events. But our goal is to have each unit attempt to increase their current roster by 25% between August 1st and September 30th. Units that do so will receive a $2 rebate per registered scout towards a party with pizza or ice cream, or you could use it as an adventure if you're a troop or a crew. But we're going to be giving you a rebate so that you can celebrate your success with your families and your scouts. An added bonus, we do have a special pack incentive on top of that. The top 5 packs are going to receive a free Pinewood Derby car cutting from the Mayflower Council late next year and into 2025. Okay. So I know that all sounds great, but believe it or not, there's a little bit more. I'm going to talk about that right now. Scouts BSA has a cool recruiter patch. It just says recruiter. It's probably about 3 inches long and about an inch wide, and it goes on your uniform. And it's pretty generic. And one of the things we got to thinking about this year is let's come up with something really cool that is our own recruiter patch. So October is Mayflower Be a Recruiter Month. Now that you've enrolled new scouts into your program, in October, we would like to have them buddy up, excuse me, and bring a friend to join your unit. And when they do so, they're going to receive a really cool limited edition recruiter patch that they can wear on their uniform. So it's not just for recruiting friends, by the way, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So, Rob, what does the recruiter patch look like? We don't know yet. And that's where this contest comes into play because, see, between now and April 30th, 2024, we are holding a contest to design 2 different recruiter patches that we're going to use for this promotion. We're doing one for Cub Scouts and one for Scouts BSA and Venturing and Sea Scouting. The winning Cub Scout who designs the Cub Scout recruiter patch is going to receive a 4-pack of tickets to Southwick Zoo and $100 in zoo bucks to be able to go with their family and enjoy lunch. And then the winning scout or venturer who designs the Scout recruiter patch and the Scout recruiter venturing patch is going to receive a new tent, a new sleeping bag, and a $100 Amazon gift card to buy brand new camping equipment for themselves. So we told you about the patch. Let me tell you how kids are going to earn the patch. These are the 5 requirements. And again, I have to modify here. The hashtag can be 2024 Cub Scout, 2024 Scout, or 2024 Venturing. Kids only have to do 3 out of 5 of these to earn that patch. They can invite a classmate or a neighborhood friend to an upcoming meeting or activity, have a parent or a guardian post a photo of the scout doing something scouty. Have your scout wear their uniform to school or church. And we know that's more for Cub Scouts. A lot of the Scouts, BSA, and Venturers probably won't. That's why we're giving you 3 to 5. Ask a parent to send an email to your class about attending a Cub Scout or a scouting event, depending where you are, and then share your fun scouting experiences with a friend. Do 3 out of the 5 of those, you get that patch. Okay, that is our entire plan. But before we get into Q&A, I want to put up, and again, we are recording this so that you can go back and look at it, some important dates. We want you to know about the dates right now. That way there you can plan ahead for the upcoming year. So as you can see on the first screen here, March is pretty well covered. The deadline for units to register for Bring a Buddy Bowling is actually going to be April 15th. We're going to push it out for 2 weeks, but we would like the parties to start. If you want to start on April 1st, you're going to be more than welcome to. The Recruiter Patch contest entry deadline is April 30th. June 1st, the deadline for units to have selected their sign-up for scouting event dates, as well as their Back to the Pack bash. By June 30th, that's when units are going to submit their bowling materials for reimbursement, and we will announce the winning incentive, the winners of the incentives, and we will work with you on scheduling your dates. July 1st is going to be the deadline for the specifics regarding sign up for scouting. All you have to do on June 1st is let us know when your date is. By July 1st, we need the more specific things like your location and your times. We will also on July 1st announce the dates and locations for your mock recruitment events. In August, that's when we're going to start distributing those materials, and we will have your Back to the Pack parties being held at that point in time between the 1st and 30th. August 15th, we will have sign up for scouting materials out. September 1st through the 30th, it's sign up for scouting. September 15th, we will get the recruiter patch materials out, and we will begin the recruiter campaign in the beginning of March. I'm sorry, the beginning of October. And we will announce the incentives for September on October 15th, and our campaigns end on October 31st. All right. There you have it. That is the entire plan. I hope I didn't go too fast for some of you, and I'm assuming I'm going to turn to my team here. Do we have some questions?
Sure. So let's start with the chat, and some of them are comments, some of them are discussion points. So first of all, Laura Fullerton wrote, as a certified daycare teacher for the state with the EEC, I want to be in a pre-K daycare initiative. So Rob, Laura's asking to connect with you. Do you know Laura?
I know Laura very well. Laura, drop me an email.
Okay.
And I will let you know. Like I said, we're working on talking to some daycares. Something I didn't mention, and I'm actually scrolling back through the presentation to get to the top here. Something I didn't mention, something that very few people know here in the Mayflower Council is prior to coming here, I was a kids entertainer. I used to be known as the Bubble Man. So I have a lot of contacts throughout the region at daycare centers, which is why this is going to be a really cool program. I'm pretty excited about it.
So Rob's email address is robd@mayflowerbsa.org. So definitely email him, and he can you guys can work together as a team, because it's definitely something that we're interested in working on as a pilot program to maybe expand and really do a lot of great work. Okay. Next, Andrew said, you need to be at the welcome kindergarten days at the school. So I know there are a bunch of PACs that do that. They'll go to like an end of the year, a little mini golf tournament or something else, or the welcome back school. The PACs will set up a table. So that's definitely something to do, right, Rob?
That's something on the unit level that we want to encourage. Is they know more about that than we would, obviously. And I guess that's the other thing we should probably mention, Jack. A lot of people know that we have things like we have the branded easy ups and the giant Jengas and things like that. Those materials are available this year. And we also will have flyers. We're going to have flyers for the bowling. We're going to have flyers for the September events. So we will get those out to you as quick as possible. But we would like to encourage the units to participate in those welcome to kindergarten days and events, because that's the personal connection that's going to help you recruit those families.
Excellent.
Yeah, you know we'll be there, but
Excellent.
it's hard with 4 schools.
Okay, so the next one was from Andrew also, who said woohoo Logan, because we showed that Logan is going to do free car cutting for the top 5 units that do above 25%, which is really great. I know of a bunch of us on our team have got to go with Logan to different Cub Scout packs to do the car cutting, and those packs today appreciate the fact that they can come and get their car cut into 25 different shapes. And Logan also supplies a bunch of different weights and wheels and other stuff to purchase. So it is a nice one-stop shop. There are not that many families today that have the workbench downstairs with the skill saw. And Logan also talks about just different things about racing and creating the car and family fun, stuff like that.
Pushes that graphite though, Jack.
Yeah.
He pushes the graphite. Always have $5 if you go to a car cutting, because he's going to sell you on the graphite whether you need it or not.
Yeah, the 3 most important words in Pinewood Derby is graphite, graphite, and graphite. There you go.
That's $5 you're gonna spend on that car.
You got it. Great job, Logan, there. Okay. The next is Andrew also wrote, my son is proud to wear his recruiter stripe, which we can wear in his uniform, so it's great. And now we're going to have something specific about Mayflower Council, and it'll be a patch that some boy or girl creates, which will be great for the Cub Scouts and for the other program too, which is great, right, Rob?
There was a question yesterday, and I may as well address it because it'll probably come up. And people are asking why, for something that we're doing in October, do we need to have it in by April 30th? And I'll address that real quick. It's actually pretty easy. April 30th is the deadline to get the artwork in. we're gonna, as a team, have to go through that. And then between having the patches produced and making sure we have them, we need to have them in-house in June for an October event. So we want to get that all done and squared away early so that we have everything ready to go so we can make sure they're distributed properly. I notice we have some other questions here, Jack. Who's
I'm
next?
coming in. So Timmy Bud says, can troops wear their matching Class B uniforms for their patch requirement?
I'm going to make an executive decision and say absolutely. If that's what's going to get troops and crews to be able to go out and participate,
Correct.
I'm all for it.
Correct. Because
Yeah, last year the wear uniform to school day was like the hottest day ever. So allowing our kids to wear Class B was awesome.
Excellent. Nope. You know what? Class Bs are fine.
There you go. Sounds great. Let's see here. Kate Anderson asked on when we'll receive tonight's slides, so we'll have the dates. So there's a separate date piece, right, Rob? Which doesn't have
So
to be
I can send out to everybody. I have everybody's email here. What I will do is I already made a PDF of all the dates that I will make sure once we get through Thursday, because I want to do it all at once. I'm going to send out to everybody by Friday a list of all the dates. Will caution everybody. The dates, if anything, if they are going to change, are going to go 7 days ahead. So most of them will not change. If they do change, we're not going to make it sooner. We're going to make it like within 7 days and no more later. But the probability of that happening is highly unlikely because when I set a date, I usually try not to change it.
Okay, excellent. Kristen asked, are there any other initiatives for retention at the troop level other than reaching out to those who did not reach charter? So that he's talking about like this year, Rob, and the answer is
So I think you're getting a list of every scout who didn't reach charter. And it doesn't have to be a one and done thing. If you're doing the bowling event and you can invite them to the bowling event, you can invite them to sign up for scouting in the fall. So just because we give you this list for this one purpose, don't get rid of it at the end of March or the beginning of April. Use it throughout the year my attitude is until the family says, you know what, thank you very much, but we're really not interested. Stop bothering us. It doesn't hurt to be friendly and say, hey, listen, I thought you'd want to know we're going bowling next weekend and we'd love to invite your son to come on back and join us.
or daughter. And then tied into that, Mark Trudell also asked about the Drop Scout initiatives. What about the other units in your area? So Rob, each unit gets their own list, which is easy, correct? And then what do they have to do?
Each unit is only getting their own list. What's going to happen, and the one thing that we are going to put in the email we send to the units is if you encounter, for example, a scout who dropped because of a scheduling conflict, but they're still interested, we're going to ask you to connect them back to us or give us their name, and we will connect the dots with them with another unit that may fit them. And that's how we're going to do it. We feel that we want to allow the units that have the experience of working with these families an opportunity to be able to welcome that family back personally. As far as the other unit, we're sending this out to everybody, and the landing pages that are going back to beascout.org. So if it didn't work with one unit, they are going to be able to do their own legwork to find another unit within the council.
Okay. You didn't have I'm not exactly sure if I remember. Did you show the postcard, the print? Do we have the proof of the postcard yet?
I showed the postcard. Actually, I could show that right now.
Okay,
the postcard, again, is only going out for Cub Scout packs.
Okay.
I put in all these transitions here. If I slow it down enough, you'll all be able to see what's going on here.
Okay,
here we go.
So we're sending out.
That's the email.
Okay.
And again, we only have the emails here for Cub Scout packs. They are being tailored for Scouts BSA troops. But this link here is giving people an opportunity. It's a landing page that they will go to, and they'll be guided to enter in their zip code at that point and be directed to their unit. This is the front of the postcard. and that's the back. And again, as I said, the postcards for Cub Scout families only.
Okay, thank you. Christian mentioned to get the patch number 3, your wording said the word Cub Scout uniform, but it's really Scout BSA uniform, Venture Scout uniform, Sea Scout uniform.
It could be their Cub Scout uniform or their Class B, as we just discussed.
But she's saying it's not just for Cub Scouting. So in your
Right.
wording for in number 3, it says the word Cub Scout. So it should be Scout BSA uniform.
It should be Scout. It's for every unit type.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
And then we already talked about, allowing them to wear the Class B, because some units have some really cool Class Bs. Okay.
Exactly.
Let's see here.
So Kate asked about the date list, Jack. The participating bowling alleys are going to be given with the leader's guide once units sign up for Bring a Buddy Bowling. It'll be in that document.
Gotcha. And I know the only other that was really the only other question, because there was a couple of questions in the Q&A compared to the chat, but I think some of them multipled over, which is okay.
They did. Excellent. Well, folks, we are excited about these opportunities right now. In fact, we get into the whole bowling thing. We have really cool bowling shirts we're wearing now. But more importantly, we want you to be excited about this too. We understand, and this is the one thing I want to say in closing tonight. You all volunteer your time to make your unit successful and to bring a great program to the kids in that program. And we understand that when there are recruitment opportunities, that can be sometimes a heavy lift. If we can come up with some cool programs that are fun, it's not going to be that heavy of a lift. More importantly, though, with everything we've outlined here tonight, we believe that we're going to be able to have a great year when it comes to recruitment, and at the same time, make recruitment a fun element to what you're going to do this year. So I wish you all the best of luck on behalf of my entire team. I want to thank you all for coming on tonight. If you have any questions, you can email me at robd@mayflowerbsa.org. I will be happy to get back to you one by one, and I will have the dates for deadlines out to everybody on Friday. Thank you very much for attending, everybody, and have a good evening.
Well, what if someone wants to come Thursday and hear about this again and maybe do
Oh,
the bowling?
I guess that's the other thing. If you are near Milford on Thursday, I probably should have plugged this earlier.
It's okay.
We're doing a live on Thursday, a live kickoff at Pins in Milford. If you would like to go, email me and I'll add you to the list.
Excellent. Sounds great.
Thanks, everyone.